Welcome, Christoph Gütersloh, the Key Account Manager of Cassens Plath. I'm very happy to do this interview today with you and also about the Sextant that sponsor Stella Oceani this year. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, Paula. My name is Christoph Gütersloh from Cassens Plath, and we are located in Bremerhaven in Germany. We are a manufacturer of magnetic compasses and sextants as well, since now 120 years. Yeah, the main part is that we manufacture those navigational instruments. We have 20 to 30 employees at the moment. And so this is a small company.
I would like to ask you, because we are here to talk about the sextant, but first of all, I would like to know how the company deal with the introduction of the GPS.
Because of the magnetic compass is still mandatory on board. Well, not much has changed with the GPS because the big commercial vessels still have a magnetic compass on board. Mm-hmm. But only the sextant, of course, is not mandatory anymore. And for the commercial vessels, there is no need to have sextants on board. But some still use the sextants, and also some companies still order sextants for the vessels.
Who is buying nowadays the sextants?
Nowadays, all parts in the maritime field, so from the Navy, different countries, and also commercial shipping companies. And of course, the main part nowadays are the private people, the sailors, and they do it as a hobby. So they want to learn it again, especially now during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. We have quite a lot of requests and also orders of sextants. I think because the people want to go back to this classic navigation without GPS.
Do you think are new to the sextant, or do they know how to use it? Do they know how is it a sextant? How does it work? Or is the first time they use it?
It's very different. Some are really specialists with the sextant, so they know it better than me, I would say. And some just start and want to learn it, so they are definitely beginners, and they are not the experts yet, but they will become experts.
And for those beginners, maybe we can have a look to the sextant and see like the main parts that is built on, and because you have also this the equipment. Yeah,
the main parts, of course, of the sextant is the frame of the sextant with the arc, where the scale is on. Then we have the alhidade, we call it.
Yeah, we call it also alhidade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the nonius, the
same.
Called nonius. Mm-hmm. And of course, this telescope, it's 4x4T. Mm-hmm. This is a standard scope for our sextants. And of course, the mirrors in index direction and horizon direction. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you show this, and the shade glasses.
Yes.
In also index direction and horizon direction. Mm-hmm. There we have 3 and 4. The handle, of course, that you use with the battery, because our sextant also have some light to read. Yes. Mm-hmm. I think that's all for a standard sextant. In this case, you have the Horizon Ultra. This is the sextant that is specialized for sun. This sextant has some index error adjustment on the nonius. Set the index error, and you don't have to
adjust it from the...
To adjust it, yes.
Why do you want to avoid to adjust it from the mirrors?
You can adjust it from the mirrors, but if there is a constant error, you can eliminate it with the index error adjustment down below. With this drum, you also have another adjustment. It's for the height of eye.
This I really, I really liked it.
It's also for your calculations. Mm-hmm. Yes, adjust it, and so you don't have to consider it in your, or you set it to 0 for your calculations.
This is great.
And yeah, for the filters, we have the polarized shade filters or glasses.
This one.
Yes, exactly. To the index and horizon. Yeah, it's easy to use. Turn it and you can make it darker or brighter then. The next special component is the Schüler Double Prism.
Is this one?
Is a bit, yes, this is a bit difficult. Double prism. Or
double. Okay, double prism. The doble prisma.
It is a bit different to explain. Roughly speaking, it's to avoid looking to the reflections on the water. Also, you can see immediately if you tilt the sextant during your observation. So if you have it in line with the horizon, you can see it, and if you tilt the sextant, it will be
so you
seen
avoid
immediately.
With this sextant, you avoid to do the swing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah?
You don't need to do that. And so with these special features, let's say you can avoid errors during your observations. And
it's very fast because you avoid to put the height of the eye, you have the index error, then you don't have to swing, you have the polarized lens that you just move them and you just see the sun in the right way. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it makes it more easy.
Yeah, maybe you can show us, because now we see the frame, no? But which is the material of the frame? And maybe you can show us the little equipment that you brought.
Yeah, so you mean the plates?
The plates, yes, sorry.
The plates. They are quite heavy. Yeah, I will just put one here. And
I imagine it is heavy because the sextant itself is heavy.
Yeah.
So
I will just put it here on my table so it's easier to show. All of our sextant we manufacture are made of brass, pure brass. We mill the frames out of one plate of brass, and this looks like this.
Okay.
As a raw material, and this is like the next step.
Wow.
So from one side, the frame is already visible. Nearly at the end, the frame will look like this. Of course, the scale is not on here yet, and it will be painted, of course, in black or in white. And that's why our sextants are a bit heavy compared to other sextants. We also have a CP sailing sextant. It's not manufactured by us, but it's a aluminium frame.
Okay.
So it's lighter, but I always compare that with photo cameras. If you have a heavy photo camera, it's more steady. And with the compact camera that is lighter, you will have the movements. And so the same with the sextant. You can have it more steady during your observations because of the weight.
That's right. So then you have, how many models do you offer?
We have in total 5 models. Polarized. Okay. This is also specialized sextant for planet and stars, so in darker conditions.
Okay, so I have a question about you say this, for example, this sextant is better for the sun observation, and then you have a Polarized model that is better for planets and stars. What is the difference, and is it better to have 2 or more, or just with one? What do you recommend?
So for me personally, I would recommend the Horizon Ultra. It's only because, yes, exactly. It's also our most requested model. It's because the most observations you take in celestial navigation is sun observations, also twilight observations. And so you have not the dark condition. And the Polaris is more for stars and planet observations during night, or when it's also twilight and after twilight when it's getting darker, because you don't see the horizon line so clear. At the Horizon Ultra sextants, you have a full view mirror. So with a full view mirror, it's not as easy to see the horizon line when it's darker as with the split view mirror.
Will it be possible to change the horizon mirror in this model, for example, to change it?
No.
Okay.
Not really. I mean, you can change it, but then you cannot use the double prism anymore.
Okay.
Because it's only working with a full view mirror.
So then maybe you can change it, but not to use this special item. And then
exactly correct.
Okay.
On the other hand, you can add to the horizon mirror, horizon ultra. You can add the astigmatizing lens for stars that is on the Polarized.
Okay.
So this is one special feature of the Polarized that spreads the point of the star to one line. So you have one line that you can bring to the horizon line, which is much easier, and you also see if you have it tilted or not. Okay. So that's one thing.
Who is interested on this kind of models of sextant?
Generally, yeah, you can use all our sextants for all observations. Yeah. So some prefer the clear view mirror you have on the Polarized. Okay. This is a special mirror. It looks like this. Okay. And in the middle, it's half silvered, and on the sides you can look through without.
And about maintenance of the sextant?
The advantage of our sextant is definitely the maintenance part, because if there is an issue like glass is broken or something got lost, we can supply spare parts. So if it's possible for you to mount it by yourself, we will just send you the spare part, or you bring or send the sextant to us, and our workshop will do everything which is recommended. So if, for example, if it's a sextant that is used for years already and it's a bit like the brass is not that shiny anymore and dirty, and it's not working well or moving well, so they can do all that and clean the brass so it will shine like new, and also exchange the parts and do the small things that someone at home can't do, for example.
And for example, while we can do it at home or at the boat on board, how would you recommend it to clean or maybe even to hold it? Because I remember when I first got the sextant, I just suddenly took it from the frame, and you just told me, please don't touch the frame, and it's better to avoid to touch some of the parts of the sextant. Maybe you can tell us.
For the sextants, it's important to take care where you touch the sextant, because of course the brass, the shining brass is quite sensitive, and also all the parts that are moving are sensitive, and as well as the index arm, the alhidad. Yeah. So you have to, or you should avoid to touch that, also to avoid to get errors
in this way.
Damages. Yes, you can touch it. I will also show it.
Yeah, please show us, because the natural way when you see it like upside up like this, is just to grab it.
Yes, and then you grab the index arm, the alhidad, and it's so you grab it and just touch it in the frame. Okay. So it's a bit difficult to show, but the frame is also good like that, because you can put your fingers inside there and grab it. And of course, the handle is for holding the sextant. So these two things you can touch to take the sextant. And you should also avoid to touch the pure brass, because you won't damage it, but it won't be that shiny anymore, and then we have to clean it again.
And how to clean it? Is there an special oil or a product that we can use to clean it?
You can oil a bit with acid-free oil.
Okay.
So it should be acid-free. Just a bit to keep it from like spray water, from salt water. If there is some salt water on this brush, you can use some rags or something just to remove this salt water. This is important. And then, just keep it dry. So if you take your observations and there is spray water coming, keep it dry as possible with rags. Don't put it back in the case immediately. Maybe leave it a bit so it can dry if it's possible.
And about this case, because for this model of sextant, there are two. I got the one that is rigid, this yellow one.
Yeah, I also have the wooden.
Okay, nice. So is there like a main difference? Like, would you recommend any of them? Who choose a wooden one and who choose this one?
One you show up is, we call it rough case. So it's like a pelican case, which is watertight and floating. And
floating even with the sextant inside?
Yes.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
shockproof. So yeah, that's why it's good for people who really use it on board. And, it can fall into the water. That's why we also have it in signal yellow, so you can find it again.
Good,
yeah. So I would recommend that rough case if you travel a lot, if you transport the sextant a lot.
I've been traveling with this, the wood one, and also now with this one. And I really prefer this one in a way that you feel more comfortable with this one because it seems more protected. And it's easier to carry. Also, the corners, I found it really nice.
If you hit an edge or something, the wall with that case, you don't mind because it's plastic, and so there will be maybe a damage, but it's not for good looking. But
I like it.
It's also good looking, but that's not the main part.
Yeah.
The main part is for the transport with this rough case, and we also have for good looking this wooden box.
Nice.
So it's also safe inside. You can fix it with a handle, and there is foam inside. Like I say, if you hit it somewhere, then you have a damage, and you can see it on that wooden box much more easy.
My preference now that I've tried this one is really nice. This one is I travel a lot with the sextant, so I found it really useful. Maybe Christoph, just to, if people are thinking of buying a sextant, you have different models. Which one would you recommend to, for example, a beginner, an experienced sailor, or someone who maybe doesn't know if they are gonna use it a lot or they are gonna use it a lot?
That's a really difficult question because it depends on the person a lot. We talked about the special features of the sextant. If you're just looking for a standard sextant without any special features, you can have our professional sextant. This is a sextant. You can choose between a split view mirror, that's the traditional mirror, and the full view mirror. The quality is for all sextants, it's all the same. If you wish to have some individual accents for the sextant, like a white frame, or you want some your name engraved on the sextant, you can choose between the three models, the Bobby Schenk, Horizon Ultra, or Polarized, because they have this individualization.
Maybe also it depends on which kind of passages, or maybe which kind of boat, the length of the boat, or maybe professional or particular, like individuals. It really doesn't. No.
It doesn't really matter, not the size of the boat.
It's more about the person, about the...
Yes, it's the person. If you can afford it, you can directly go to the Horizon Ultra.
I loved it. we were sailing with it in Stella Oceani, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. Yeah.
That's nice to hear.
So thank you very much, Christoph. And we are very happy to announce that until the 31st of December, there is a discount for all the products in the shop of Cassens Plath, 10% of discount until the 31st of December. So we hope you like it. And thank you very much for this interview. I think it's very interesting to know more about the sextant, how it's made, and all these extras that, for example, this model has. I've been very, very happy using it because it's the first time I see so many items in a sextant, and it's very nice to do the sides, and you can really feel the difference. Really.
Great to hear that.
Thank you.
Thank you too.